If you decided, I'm gonna train for a marathon, where do I need to start? I think that that all makes sense to us. Oh, like if you're gonna run a marathon, you should train for it. That makes sense to us, but I think we think very little about what our soul needs, like what are skills for our soul. So we kind of like think of a daily abiding relationship with Jesus where we're hearing from God, where we're responding to God. Yes, the God of the universe actually speaking into your life, feeling and responding to that, living a life where you see God actively at work. That sounds so great. But very few of us are actually willing to train our souls. Like, I would not go out tomorrow and run a marathon. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to do it. Yet we expect or want this kind of active, adventurous life of faith, but we're not taking on any of the skills. So a lot of Brave Enough is about what are your daily skills that you can do that just put you in a position to hear from God. We desperately want to hear from Him, but we aren't training ourselves in any way to do so. The Bible's very clear about that we have to renew our mind. There's many daily things that God calls us to. And those daily things, being in His Word, knowing how to worship, not waiting to feel like we need to praise God, but actually creating a sacrifice of praise, doing it anyway. These are the skills that we cultivate on a daily relationship that allow room in our heart and our life to begin to hear things differently, to begin to think and experience and act out life very differently. And it sort of happens over time in little ways, almost like you can't see your garden growing, but at the end of a season it's grown. He begins to grow us through that. So a lot of the practical spaces in Brave Enough are just about that, just making space for skills to be sharpened so that you can hear from God.